In today's video, guys, I'm going to share with you 5 tips that will make you really good in Call of Duty Mobile, and these are the 5 things that pros do that you don't do, guys. So make sure you watch to the end of the video in order to get the tips closely, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. It's totally free and you can change your mind whenever you want to. Guys, my first ever tip is understanding the gun you're using. So you have to understand every single gun, like understand what is meta and what is not. Like currently in this season, the meta is currently SQR and the PP19, but I hear the AS value is also overpowered. So you have to understand that all the pros are going to be using those weapons unless they are banned in the competitive scene. So you have to understand what is meta, and if you are ranking up, you have to rank up with those weapons because it makes things easier. Because if you are fighting against an XQR user and you are using something like an AK-47 or any other weapon, you are going to get shredded really easily unless you have good movement to compensate it. So you have to understand what is meta currently and understand what to use, because most of the pros use meta actually. So you have to understand what is meta and know what to use. Guys, my second tip is understanding map spawns and having map awareness in general. So you have to understand map spawns in the sense that, like for example, in firing range, if you are going to be spawning at the top of the map, close to the A flag side, so you have to understand that the enemies are going to be spawning at the C flag side in the beginning of the map. So if your teammates push round B long and go to like jungle area, then the opponents eventually push the trailer and they are now pushing wood, then you understand that your spawns are going to flip automatically and you are going to start spawning at jungle. So you have to understand spawns, and if your men are highly placed at, like if you look at the minimap, then you see most of the men are at wood or at trailer, then you understand that your spawns is currently at A and the enemies are going to be at jungle or they'll be close to the C flag side. So you have to understand spawns in general and know when to push and when not to push, guys. So guys, the third tip is actually practice your movement. You have to practice your movement a lot. So in every single corner you have to like slide peek or slide jump and peek. What I mean by slide peek is like sliding them, scoping immediately. I advise you use 4 or 3 fingers because it makes this faster to do. My 4 finger will be scrolling on the screen. You have to like slide peek every single corner to take the enemy by surprise. So if an enemy is camping there, you take the enemy by surprise. So you have to have really good movement. That's the 4th tip. You have to have really good movement. So that will really help a lot because the pros really have good movement, and you have to do this to make your gameplay really effective. So guys, the 4th tip is actually practice your aim. So you have to practice your aim a lot in order to win more gunfights, because if you have good aim, you're going to lose most of the gunfights and you get to death. So guys, my advice is going to practice range, like going to like your practice range, yes. So you have to practice aim, like try shooting the targets in front of you, like the moving targets, and try snapping as fast as you can with one mag from one target to another and see how fast you can do it. And you have to also practice the recoil of your gun. So you have to shoot like this target right here, but don't try and control the recoil, just shoot, just only shoot, like only press the shoot button and don't try and control the recoil. So you understand the recoil pattern of each gun, and after you do that, then try and control the recoil. So guys, that is the tip right there. You have to understand your recoil pattern and also practice your. The final tip is actually simple. I'm not going to stress it. It's actually taking more gunfights, because you cannot get good if you don't take gunfights, guys. Like you have to take more gunfights in order to get good. So in a match of Dom or team deathmatch or hard points, you have to rush, or you have to take as many gunfights as possible, because the more gunfights you take, the more experience you get. So you have to play a lot, because you don't get good in one day, guys. You have to play a lot. So after playing like for long hours and taking more gunfights, then you understand that you start getting good, because nobody was born like with gaming talent or anything like that. They actually just play a lot more than you do. So you have to take more gunfights, and if you follow all the steps, you get